Ooh, it's almost Halloween. Welcome to this edition of Spooky Treats with Miss Jo. Today I'm going to show you how to make 3 different fun and spooky foods for your family and friends. The first one we're going to make is haunted quesadillas. And I've made one to show you here. So I've got a quesadilla and it's got a little pumpkin face. Very easy and fun to make. So the first thing you're going to need is we have some small, or they call it street size tortillas here. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to take your top tortilla and we'll go ahead and we'll set the bottom one aside for now. But we're going to take our top one, and I want you to, now you can do this very carefully with a case knife, but make sure you kind of have some, if you have younger brothers and sisters, you have some adult supervision. Okay, now we're going to make our spooky face on our quesadilla here. So I'm going to cut out. And there's no wrong way to make your pumpkin face. I just like doing the little more traditional one. So, see, I've got my one little eye there. And then I'm going to cut this one out. And I'm going to make sure he's got a nose. And of course, we have to give him a jack-o'-lantern smile. Okay, and I'm gonna. So let's see here, and like that. Okay. And okay, take out that, and I'm gonna out this right there, and there is my crooked jack-o'-lantern smile. And now we're going to take this back to the kitchen and finish making our spooky quesadillas. So there we have our jack-o'-lantern face. Now we're going to take our other little tortilla. And to make things easy, I have some already grated cheddar and Monterey cheese. So you could use any kind of cheese that you like. And we're going to carefully just kind of spread some around and sprinkle it just like that. Okay. And then this is where the magic happens. We're going to lay our pumpkin face on top of that. Then we're going to go over here to our spooky microwave. We're going to pop that in. And we want to set it for about 1 minute. And again, make sure that you have some adult supervision while you're doing this, because coming out of the microwave, food can be hot, so you want to handle it carefully. I can't wait to see what our spooky quesadilla is going to look like. And he is. I'm going to go ahead and check it, just make sure everything's going well. It looks good. So I'm going to start it again. So these are easy to make, and everybody loves a cheese quesadilla. So this is a great party food for you to have. And it looks like we are done. And look at that. There is our warm, scary quesadilla. So that's how we make the spooky quesadillas. And now for our next spooky treat, I'm going to show you how to make your very own haunted fruit bites. So to do that, I've taken and I've cut some small bananas in half, and I've also peeled some of these little tangerines. And watch how fun and easy this is. So I have, for my haunted fruit here, I have some miniature chocolate chips, and I'm going to just take those and I'm going to press those into my banana, and just like that, I've got a banana ghost. How easy and fun is that? And then, to go with my banana ghosts, I don't know about you, but when I look at this, this reminds me of a jack-o'-lantern or a little pumpkin. So I've got some little black straws here. You could use all kinds of different things to do it, but all I have to do is put it in there, and look at that. I've got a Halloween pumpkin. So I'm going to go ahead and finish and show you. I've got a couple little pumpkins. I'm going to do my other half of the spooky banana. These, I'm going to hold them up, and there is my haunted fruit bites. Fun, healthy, and everybody can have a little spooky treat. And now for our last ghoulish goodie. Who doesn't love a good monster? And I have the perfect dessert to end our little trio of treats in these monster stacks. They're easy to make, and I guarantee you'll have everyone screaming for more. So how you make these are very easy. And again, you're going to need a little adult supervision. And what you do is, I have some colorful candy melts here. And I have a bag of chow mein noodles. They're just dry noodles. And then the fun part, I have a bottle of Halloween sprinkles with eyes and all kinds of fun stuff. So the first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to put these in the microwave. And these have to be patient. They kind of take a couple minutes to do, but what we want to do is, well, you don't want to burn them, so we're just going to set them for a minute the first time. And then we're going to stop it, stir it, see how they're melting, and then if it needs more, then we'll add a little more time to it. And then all we have to do is dump our chow mein noodles, and I'll show you how to do that, and stir it around until they're coated. And then we're going to make our stacks. So it just takes just a few seconds here. So I'm going to take them out, and I'm just going to, they're starting to melt, so I'm just going to kind of push them around there. Because it's really important that anytime you're melting, whether it's the candy melts like this or you're melting chocolate to make something with, you want to make sure that it's not going to burn. So you want to stir it, and also be very careful because it's going to be hot and you don't want to burn yourself. So you could use a hot pad, and as always, my spoon is metal. Never stick metal in the microwave. Okay, so they are starting to melt down here. I'm gonna push them around. I'll stick them in there for another minute. And do this as many times as you need to make sure that the chocolate gets nice and melted. Ooh, and now, ooh, there's the chocolate's all melted. So now the next part we're going to do is we're going to, and I don't really measure these, I just kind of dump them in and see, but what I want to make sure I'm doing is I want to get all my noodles coated with the chocolate. And we want to make sure we get enough so that the noodles get coated really good, because that's what's going to help them stick together. But we also want to make sure that we don't have too much leftover chocolate. So I'm going to put a few more in there. And okay, let's give that a couple of more good stirs there. Now, another thing I suggest, after you take this out, let it cool for a couple of minutes, because it's going to be hot, and you want it so that you're able to handle it. And I suggest using, if you have some food handler gloves, or you can slip a baggie over your hands. That way it helps to not get so gooey. And so now let's make our monster stacks. Now let's make our monstrous stacks. So here we go. So I want to make sure that they kind of hold together. And I don't want to make them too big, but I don't want to make them too small either. So I'm going to kind of, and really, it doesn't really matter what shape you make them, because monsters come in all shapes and sizes. So I'm going to go ahead, and you can see I've got a couple of them right there. So now I'm going to take my gooey gloves off. Just set them in here. And now, here comes the fun part. I'm just going to stick eyeballs wherever I want to on him. And I'm going to throw some of these little fun little sprinkles around. And set it right there. And I put some sprinkles on his friend over here. And I think I'm just going to make him a cyclops. So if you get a close up here, put my hands anywhere so I don't spill them. And there is our delightfully frightful monster stacks. Now all you have to do is put the wax paper on a plate and then pop these in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes and you're good to go. So thanks for joining us on this Ghoulish Treats edition with Miss Jo. We hope you have a safe and happy Halloween. Take care, and we'll see you next time.